Remember that time we had Rich O'Toole on and he said, I really love that intro.
Yeah.
Well, he said like, whoa, holy, okay. I think it kind of
I might have been paraphrasing a little bit.
Yeah.
If he wants to do our intro for us, we can probably work something out.
100%.
Yeah.
There's no question.
I saw where he got like a bunch of like, I don't know, it's a social media. You get backlash on anything.
I know where you're going.
I think he took a picture with I think he played one of the governor gigs here in Texas and took a picture with him and everybody just like roasting him. I'm just like.
For what? Being with the governor?
Yeah.
Why would you not want to be with the governor?
It's not everything has to be political. I get he's the governor, but you can hang out with someone that you don't agree with their political views and still have a good time.
Yeah, just stop. Left, right, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, played a great concert.
Hang out.
Took a picture.
I would love to hang out with this guy.
Yeah. I think he's like, hey, I got a musician. I got into this. I didn't get into it to be politics or whatever.
Right. He's not a big political
I'm just out
guy.
here, having fun, playing, jamming, doing all my stuff.
We be jamming.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, I had a frog in my throat.
Yeah.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
Christian just showed up. Christian, you might as well just jump on the mic there so you don't be a stranger. And
Come on, jump on in.
Nope. Grab a beer, go on, sit down.
Grab you some headphones.
Fire up the headphones.
Help him get set up there, Jan.
There it is.
Yeah. Swing it around, Christian. Keep it going. You got to have it like right in front of your face. Yeah.
Point it at your face hole there, buddy.
We be jamming.
I just had to come and disturb everything. No big deal.
Hey, no big.
He was coming to mess with us, but he didn't anticipate us saying, get on the mic.
Too late. You got drafted. Hey, this is the Grabbing the Brisket podcast. Hey, we've been out for a little bit, right? So there was a little like Omarion or Mario Brother.
What do you call it? You sound weird. Why do you keep saying
It's
it?
the Mario Brothers.
It's the
variant.
Omarion, the 90s R&B singer variant.
Okay. Is this what we're doing, James?
We are. This is what we're
I
doing.
didn't realize we were doing. I see the '80s tracksuit. I should have realized.
Right.
Yeah, you should have like I don't know what you're thinking, but
Yeah. Okay.
we went there, and so. But all kidding aside, Omicron, man.
Omicron.
Yeah. Omicron being fish.
Yeah, be
Jay-
variant.
hey.
This is how effed up it is. They've gone through so many variants that they're just like running through the gamut of they already went through the Greek alphabet. Now they're just like making up like mashed words.
This was on The
Right.
Simpsons, I
Yeah.
think.
Somebody sneezed and they're like, oh, that sounds like a good name.
Well, I think this was actually on The Simpsons.
I think
about
everything
the
was.
attack of the Omicron, which was a alien species that were going to come to wipe out.
Would be Futurama.
Was that Futurama?
Yeah.
That was Futurama.
Okay, Futurama then. Yeah. I don't. And again, this is January. This is January 12th, and James is still butchering Omicron. So
Look, I do it on purpose.
okay, yeah. Hey, it sounds like you do.
Okay, thank you.
There's a new variant out now, too.
What's it called?
I don't know.
It is.
It's
doesn't
the
matter.
IHO or IHU.
That's not the one I was thinking of. It
like
starts with like a B.
IHU.
Yeah, because they discovered it some IHU hospital organization in somewhere in the EU, and that's just what they went with.
Okay.
The name of the hospital. I'm like, okay, great.
Well,
It's supposed to be more mild. By the way.
Corona extract, the beer, right? They don't like the name coronavirus, right? And I think they offered a lot of money to have it changed. The problem is that Corona's been out. This virus has been out for forever, right?
Yeah.
It's not new. It's been out
Right.
for
Well, long before
80
you
years, 100
established your
years.
beer organization.
right. And so,
Can we
Yeah.
change it to the Bud Light virus, please?
I think they were like, "Can we offer you $1 million to change the name?" But did you see the TikTok where the lady took the Corona beer and she dips it in for her Corona test for the coronavirus test strip?
Yeah, a little
And-
rapid test.
Rapid test, and did the rapid test, and it came up positive. And she was like, "And there you go, folks. Corona has Corona." And I was like, "Oh my god, this is going to go viral. This is still going to go viral right
Yeah.
now." I mean, who knows?
We've been down and out. We've had Christmas and New Year's, and we kind of had like a little vacation sabbatical.
Sabbatical.
We're back. So definitely
Ta-da!
definitely follow along. Let us know what you would like to hear, what you want us to talk about.
Well,
in
we
future
might talk
episodes.
about it. If you
We
give
might.
us suggestions, we're not.
Yeah.
Or it's not like you give us a suggestion and we automatically
Right.
start talking about it. That's not happening.
Just drop it off in the suggestion box.
Where would they find that suggestion box, James?
It would be on www.grabbingbrisket.com.
You went worldwide?
Yep.
You went World Wide Web? www? Okay.
Or the
Is
phone
that
number.
weird?
Yeah. Anyways, grabthebrisket.com. Email us, message us, find all the social medias, and we probably will talk about whatever you want us to talk about
right.
at some point.
What's the phone number, John?
Look, nobody remembers
John
the
doesn't know
phone
the phone
number,
number.
Alex.
So we do have a number you can call in on, and if you're funny enough, right? If you've got it together, you're funny enough.
Got
and
the chops.
You got the chops. We'll play you. We'll put you on this thing. So we can bleep out if you're being too crazy. So just remember that. But yeah, you want to dial up and leave us a message. We can play those on air as well.
Yeah, leave your wins, your fails, your anything you want us to talk about, any suggestions, and the phone number is 434-829-2299.
There it is. Leave us a voicemail. Fill that bad boy up.
Yeah. Pretty soon it's going to be like, this inbox is full.
Right.
Not right.
Is there? Do you actually have a voicemail on there, John?
Yeah, Matt actually set that up for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you ask James, it doesn't sound like
Does
Matt.
not sound like Matt at all. Yeah, I listened to it. I called it. I was like, because initially when John gave me the number, I'm like, dude, I want to crank all this shit. I'm gonna leave like a messed up message, and then all of a sudden it's like, blah 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 blah. I'm like, shit, dude, this sounds like some like professional dude. It's like, did we hire an answering service? I was like, I'm not gonna call some just like rando dude to like
Wrong number.
sitting in his cubicle like and fuck with him. I was like, shit, let me call John. Hey John, text him. Who's who's on the voicemail? He's like, oh, that's Matt. I'm like, okay. I was like, Matt's got like a super professional voice or whatever
Right.
that work voice where he kind of like
Yeah.
either that. I was like, did you record this in a bathroom or something? It sounds
there an
very
echo?
weird.
He's sitting in the shitter.
He was on his toilet.
That'd be something, though. You just see grab the brisket with that phone number underneath in a public restroom or at a bar or something.
Yeah.
That'd get you a lot of weird voicemails.
Oh, I bet.
Well, now I have an idea.
Right. Hey, be here at 12 a.m. on 2222 to get your brisket grabbed.
Tap.
Was that a
Tap.
Dumb and Dumber reference right there? That was good.
Tap foot for brisket.
And, all right. Hey, but on a more darker, more serious note, R.I.P. There's been a lot of celebs, a lot of people just dropping off.
Dude.
Betty
Bob
White.
Sackett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob. Betty.
Robert Sackett. Yeah. Funny guy. What was her name again? What would you say? Who'd you say?
Betty White.
Oh,
Betty
Betty
White.
White. I'm sorry. And you said, Betty White. Comedy. I mean, she another comedian, right?
Legend.
Legend. I mean, she was
99
90,
years
yeah,
old.
99.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, she's actually over 100 years old.
No.
100%.
Technically, she is.
Technically,
Is she?
she is
Yeah, you don't count your first birthday until you're like,
No,
What?
wait, if you
No.
do the math, like, okay.
you're
you
one when you're one, James. No, listen.
No, I heard that they were going to celebrate. Like they had all these magazines already coming out, but she didn't actually reach her 100th birthday.
When's her birthday?
It was
I
like
have no idea.
It was like 2 weeks after.
Yeah,
she
that's what I
passed.
thought. Yeah, like she was almost 100.
She
but-
almost made it.
And they had put it on the magazines and all this stuff, but she passed away. Right
I think
before.
technically she's over 100.
I don't know.
No, she didn't make it.
Yeah,
I was just
that's
saying,
what I think.
she literally almost made it to 100.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, she's basically.
if she's only like maybe 2 weeks away or whatever, she made it to 100.
Almost doesn't count, but in horseshoes and hand grenades.
That is true. Yeah.
That's what my dad used to say. Well, almost did it. Well, almost doesn't count, but in horseshoes and hand grenades, boy.
Yeah. And then hold the light steady. Jesus.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Who else died? Not the
Wow.
right. So horrible. It reminds me of it. This is so like off the wall, off the whatever talk. So I used to listen to a lot of sports radio talk. So I'll give a shout out to Lance Sernline. Shout out to John Granado. They've been all throughout multiple different sports things. I think they're with ESPN now. But they had back in the day when I used to listen to them, they would have a guy call in named Gilbert.
He's messed up.
And Gilbert was some sort of a like savant. Like he can tell you every celebrity that has passed away. He can tell you when they died.
Really?
This is going back like however long. Also, if you give him a top 100 popular music going back probably to the 50s or 60s, he can give you the artist.
Huh.
If they play a song, hey, let's play a song, blah, blah, blah. Or, hey, who was the number one selling artist in 1965? Boom, he knew it.
That's a weird thing to be a savant about.
Yeah. But he would also call the radio station, and they would put him on hold. And he'd call every morning, like religiously.
He calls all the shows.
All the shows.
Every show, he calls all
They
the
put
shows.
him on hold. And finally, like maybe an hour or two into it, like, hey, let's go to Gilbert. Gilbert.
Sleeping. Yeah, he'd be sleeping.
And just sleeping. I was like, this is amazing.
That's not
But,
right.
Hey,
We also lost Madden. Have we talked about that?
John Madden.
Oh, that's a big
John
one.
Madden. It happens in threes, right? You know, I'm not going to lie to you, and I feel so dumb for even saying this. My son had told me like a couple of months ago, like 3 months ago, he was like, "Man, rip John Madden, he died," and I was like, "John Madden's been dead, dude. You're stupid." And then John Madden just dies, and I'm like, I thought he passed already. So I felt, but I was like, oh man, I think I wish I didn't wish ill will upon anybody, but I just assumed he was. You know?
You think you jinxed him or something? Is that what you're getting
No,
at?
I think he was old, and I think he was.
Yeah, he
you
is.
know, that's what happens,
That's
right?
another legend, though, for sure.
Oh man, great coach, great player, icon, right? And James and I were talking about this the other day. It's like Romo kind of being like the new John Madden of these days. He's just very infectious. People
agree.
love
I agree.
listening to him. John shakes his head because he's a Dallas player. He doesn't like Dallas. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the broadcaster.
No,
Tony
I do
Romo.
like him in that sense. Yeah.
And he is phenomenal.
He didn't do the coaching part, but he did. He was a great player,
Correct.
obviously,
Yeah.
and a good broadcaster. So.
And some of the things, like, it's funny. We were actually watching a game that he was commentating, and I don't know what game it was, but he made a comment. He goes, "Oh, that's what they're going to do, right?" He's like, "Well, it's just going to be a little screen right here," and then like 2 seconds later, the quarterback hikes the ball onto the screen. I'm like, "How? What are you looking at?" And
yeah.
he sees
Well,
the whole.
it was a Tom Brady game. It was like the Tampa Bay Bucks. And,
That's right.
And Tom's making audibles, and I don't remember what it was. I'm just going to say Red Dog. And not Jim Nance, but the other announcer is like, what is that right there? It's like, Romo's like, it just means it's going to be a quick little screen out here to the wide receiver. And they hike the ball, quick screen to the wide receiver, and then done. And it's just like, everybody just like kind of dumbfounded. Like, if you know this, and how does,
it sounds like he needs to be on a sideline somewhere.
right, how do you
helping the
know
defense
this?
out.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was, but I mean,
I think they told him to turn it down too,
they may have.
because he was calling out every play before it happened when he first became a broadcaster.
People love that though. People really like. They're like, "Oh my god, this guy's on fire."
Right. There's no in the sport, and then there's no in the sport like
Knowing
that. That's
that,
crazy.
yeah, he knows to set up.
But you know what else is on fire? Barbecue. Barbecue is on fire.
Freaking barbecue.
Right.
So
pits.
not to. I know I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Now, actually, it's a good segue. I
Okay,
wanted to go right into barbecue. I didn't really want to talk about sports.
Yeah, we want to get off into the sports pod. Hey, tune into our other
sports
podcast.
podcast. Yeah,
Yeah. Grab him in the football.
Right. Exactly.
pigskin.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so we're in the New Year's, and we've done a lot of cooking, just backyard. We haven't done any competitions. We got a lot of special things that we're going to be doing. I know we're going to do a couple of on-site locations with some of these barbecue restaurants coming up.
I'm excited.
A couple of on-site location with craft breweries as well.
Yep.
So Memsies.
Yep, Mimsies. We got Dozier's coming up, and Martin House Brewing.
That's in Dallas, though.
Yep.
So we're gonna make the trek up there, right?
It's going to be awesome.
Oh man, I'm never gonna come
gonna
back.
be fun.
I'm never gonna come home. I'm just gonna stay there in that brewery, drinking,
We're going to live there.
just drinking.
So
We're
where
gonna
can
be
I
like,
set up my sleeping bag?
right, Jam, we gotta. Nope, I live here and I'm drinking.
Squatters' rights.
Yeah,
Right.
Weren't aware this
Yeah.
was a 48-hour podcast. Whenever
right.
you
Right.
said we were coming to do it.
we're going live and we're never going off.
Like,
Sleep under still 3, please.
we actually need you to leave now. Like, no. You actually signed a contract for us to live here. So,
I'm
there
not
it is.
making
You did
it.
not read the fine print.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, and Martin House has some of the best beers that we've had, and they have some of the worst beers.
Yeah, all their beers are either like in our top 10 or in our bottom 10.
Yeah, right.
And it's because they're pushing the envelope.
Wasn't
they're
there a-
trying things that other people aren't trying?
What was the one that we had? Was there a
pizza beer.
Pizza beer?
There is a
Yeah,
pizza
I didn't
beer.
get to try it. You guys said it wasn't good. I didn't
It
get
was
to try
not good. But other beers that they've had have been phenomenal. So
Yeah, they've had some good ones.
they're definitely cranking it out there. So that's going to be a good one. What else do we have coming up? We have
We have some other guests coming up. Sunny Moody, who won the steak. What is it? What the hell is it called? The steak.
the SEA.
Yeah, she was
Yep.
the champion, whatever this last year.
Grand champion.
She's coming on in a couple weeks here. So.
Good. And then I think fingers crossed that we can connect again with Blackhawk Farms there, and I think that January was kind of booked for them a little bit with their head chef of the new year and that kind of stuff. But I think in maybe February, maybe now March, because February's so busy. But maybe get them back on. So
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'll talk to Rachel again and see if she wants to do this. So if not, if this is the last time I'm asking her though, because they fight like, yeah, we want to do it, But if they just keep whatever, then we're going to blackball them and we're never going to use their product, and we're going to talk major shit about. I'm just kidding.
We would never do that.
I'm just joking. So it's funny though, right? Man, I tell you, we haven't done this since Christmas, and just a really quick, anything barbecue cool related that you want to talk about that you got for Christmas? Anything? Did the wife? Did friends, family get you anything?
I got a lot of little. Well, not a lot. I got a couple of like little knives. Just kind of a little.
What's the brand of those knives, James? That's because you told my wife, and my wife got me a few of those knives as well, and I can't remember the knives.
It's just Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter,
Yeah,
which is
Dexter
like you
knives.
see them in the meat. They're like the white handled, non.
You get it at Academy.
Yeah, they're not really expensive knives, but they're sharp, and you keep them clean.
Yeah, they're the ones you just throw on the ground. Just
I don't
like,
know about that.
Right.
I'll pick that up later, and you just clean it off, run it through a dishwasher. Great.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
It's not your Dalstrong.
yeah, we have the Dalstrong knives that sponsor the show, and those are the top level chef quality knives or whatever. These the one we're talking about, like you throw them in the back of the pickup truck and just let it rattle around. You go to a cook off, you do whatever. These things are just like I wouldn't say disposable or anything like that, but
I would not say disposable.
no. Yeah, I mean they're $20-$30 a knife.
Dexter's a disposable knife.
No.
It's biodegradable. Just toss it. It's fine.
Throw it out the window as you drive down the road.
There goes a sponsorship from them.
My wife goes and takes the trash out, and it's like,
I stepped on this freaking knife. Right.
this trash is kind of pokey.
And now she loses part of her toe like
Right.
she did part of her finger.
Yeah. Well, we did cook a lot during this month too, right? I mean,
We did. Me personally, I did a lot of cooking while I was kind of quarantined a little bit, but it was more just kind of like family cooking.
Yeah.
Because I just me, my daughter, and my wife. My wife doesn't eat a lot of meats or whatever, so I'm like, what can I cook? I really is like, I'm going to cook a brisket every day, but then again, I can't eat
A brisket every day.
a brisket every day. So I did a smoked turkey Just turkey breast, phenomenal, great.
I was you what was the dish you did in the on the oven there? Or the big quart cooker? It was the chicken thigh, and it was almost like a Cajun. Was there a Cajun meal you made or something?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I'm sure somebody out there listening probably tell me, but it was more kind of like I made a.
It was like a roux.
I guess I made a roux, as the Cajuns would say, but if more just Southern Texas, I made kind of a gravy. But sauteed some chicken thighs, skinless, in the La Crusade quart pot that I have. I think it's like 8-quart or 10-quart pot that I have. So browned up the chicken breast, pulled it off, dumped kind of the Holy Trinity in there, seasoned it up, put a little oil in there, sauteed those veggies up, and then once I got to that, where the point that I wanted it, okay, let's go and just dump a little butter, some oil,
some glaze. Okay.
And basically just kind of making a like I'm gonna make a gravy, like
put flour in it.
Flour.
Okay, so you did make kind of a roux.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And then brown that up for a while, and then I started just dumping a bunch of chicken stock in there.
So deglazing with the chicken stock.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess it is kind of a roux. So I don't know where a roux and a gravy kind of like
roux would be
separates
like
itself.
Dark. Like for like a what do they call it? What's the it's not an etouffee.
Well, if you make a gumbo, you're making a dark.
So it's going to be a real dark. Like they'll almost burn. It'll be a chocolate, gravy looking thing. That's very chocolatey looking.
So I guess, but
so a mix between like gravy and a roux would be like groovy.
Gravy.
Yes, John.
Groovy. I like it.
Jellix. Yes, Jellix.
I love it. Thank you, Alex.
But true. Like
you,
when I make cream gravy for chicken fried steak, it's kind of the same process. You're using oil and grease or butter with flour. You probably add milk. The only thing you don't do with making a roux for a gumbo, you don't add milk to.
Yep.
So that's kind of the difference. But once I made that gravy roux, I didn't mean to put that together. Shit. I added the chicken thighs back to it, covered it up, and let it simmer for maybe 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And I made an instant pot of rice. Scoop it out, served it over rice. Phenomenal.
But money.
Sounds good.
Money.
Sounds like we need to put that recipe out there.
I know. Okay. Yeah, I think so too. That's kind of why I brought it up. I didn't know you were going to get the whole recipe out just now. But
sorry.
No, he's going to make a video. He's going to do it again and make a video for us.
Yeah.
We also did a couple of prime ribs for Christmas, and I got some recipe tips from James, and the one I did came out phenomenal. It was really freaking good.
And shout out to Derek from Back Porch Barbecue, because he's the one that gave me the tips on how to do that prime rib, and I shared that to John.
That was awesome.
I got a lot of compliments. Like I sent home some with my brother-in-law. He's like, I think he was trying to remember the words he used. It definitely not for the kids, but he was like, "That is badass." Like, I mean, basically, like, that's sick. That's awesome. Loved it.
Very good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was really good.
What about you, Alex?
For what, cooking?
No, just anything for Christmas. Just a real quick little thing.
What did I got?
Now that what you got, did you get anything with barbecue related? Did you do any cooking?
John cooked me a brisket because I had to work for Christmas.
Okay.
And then, like, day before Christmas, half the family came down with the Rona.
Yeah, that's right.
So we had a whole brisket for just me and the wife and kids.
There you go. Hey, whatever. Leftovers are fantastic.
It's in the freezer.
How did John do on the brisket? On a scale from 1 to 10, what would you... And be honest, don't sugarcoat this because he's right there.
No, it was about an 8. It was good.
Okay.
I'll take
really
that.
good.
I'll take an 8.
Nice.
There it is, man.
It was good.
Badass.
I did that on the Traegers. I'll take that.
I was about to say, did John
but also
throw it in the oven or
also had to
oven
reheat
brisket?
it too?
Yeah, so
It was still an 8.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay. What about you, John?
I'd say it was a 10.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my oven ruined it.
Yeah.
No, I did the prime rib. We also did, what else did we do? I think we did a ham. We cooked a lot of shit around Christmas, so everything was great.
God,
It was all good stuff to eat.
Yeah. Christian?
Well, I did Christmas on the boat, so we just did a regular turkey. Just throw it in the oven. That's what the captain wanted.
Okay.
the amount of seasoning on that would make us all cry. It was a little dash of sage, a little dash of salt, and a little dash of pepper. That's what he did for
That's it.
15-pound turkey. And threw it in the oven. But whenever I got home this past weekend, we did I had Christmas with just my parents and Courtney, and we did a beer can chicken. And the stand that Courtney got me was it's like a little motorcycle, and put the beer can in there, slap chicken on top, and it comes with a little metal pair of sunglasses you can stand right on top of the chicken.
Nice.
It really is funny.
I
Show
saw
me
a picture. It looks like
yeah.
the chicken is riding a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, beer can chicken.
But the sunglasses is the funny part because it's not connected to the rest of it, right? You just
Right.
set them on
No,
top.
you just
or
set them on
cooking it.
top.
It's for photo ops.
That's exactly what it is. It's
The
funny
chicken
as
turned
shit.
out great. I wish I would have added a little more seasoning, but it was juicy. It was fantastic. Everybody
good.
seemed to love it.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
That's all you can
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
We did spend New Year's with Christian. Christian was graceful enough, and they hosted a New Year's Eve party at his house. Had a lot of his friends over there, so he was nice enough to invite us over. I know there was a few different spirits that were floating around.
Oh yeah, probably what
I know
4 or 5 different kinds of bourbon, couple kinds of tequilas.
Correct.
Vodka out of a machine gun.
There was if I remember, like a peppermint, some type of like mint
Peppermint moonshine.
peppermint
Yeah.
moonshine.
Yeah,
I do
freshly
remember that.
made
I do remember
peppermint
that now.
it
moonshine.
was good.
I don't remember any of this.
No,
Yeah. That was really good, actually. Peppermint moonshine was tasty.
Not the absinthe moonshine though.
the absinthe moonshine was a
was
little
something.
bit less desirable.
Right. Yeah. No, it definitely
It had
invoked
that flavor, but
yeah.
boy was it strong.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I think
had-
I think James said, he's like, "You like licorice, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like licorice. Let me try it." I was like,
I don't like that.
"I don't like that."
That was not good.
That's not good.
Yeah, I tried that. I don't know what it is about your New Year's Eve party, Christian, but I have a problem with.
Did you throw up in the sink again?
I did not throw up in the
Okay.
sink. My first party to go to Christian's house with, I did throw up in their sink that time. This time, I almost climbed over James's back to get out the front door, and I may have evacuated on your tree in your front yard for about 3 minutes straight. That was tough. And then I did go back to the party. I walked back in. I was like, that was needed. I had to do that. I had to get this out of me. These demons. But that was the machine gun vodka, and that's disgusting.
Oh yeah, bought it straight for the bottle. Wasn't even for myself. It was a gift, and he was like, "Somebody's got to drink this tonight," because he did not want it.
That's the worst vodka I think I ever had in my life. It's just like, I don't know what spirit really that is. I mean,
Why is it called machine gun vodka?
it's in a machine gun bottle.
The
the
bottle-
bottle's in the shape
Yeah, it
of
looks
a
like
machine gun?
a
The bottle's in the
M16.
shape of like a little Uzi or something
Yeah.
like that.
And so
Now you keep that and use that as like a
basically-
decanter.
basically drink out of the barrel. You're drinking from the barrel. And I went to get out of the house because I took a drink. I was like, oh, okay, that's disgusting. Never do that again. And then I'm sitting there and I could see this is not going to stay. This is not going to stay down. I need to get the hell out of here.
Something's wrong.
I go to
He's
get
like, I'm not puking in this sink again.
right. You're not,
It's not happening.
So I go to walk out the door, and James is standing in front of the front door, and he does this little. His back's to me. He does this little shimmy and shake, like I can't get around him. Right? And he's like, I was like, hey, you need to move, man. And he's like, like this, like that. And I'm like, move your ass now. I'm going to get sick. And James goes, oh, okay, like that. And I'm like, dude, I'm like literally about to climb over you.
You
Like,
should have puked on him.
yeah, that was the next step. Like, okay, I'm going to throw up on you. I'm going to throw up on your face and your neck, right? As you're just staring at the door. He finally opens the door, and I push past him, and he's just like, he stumbles, and I make like 3 steps into the yard, and I'm looking at this tree. I'm like, okay, if I get to the tree, maybe I'm far enough away from any ring camera that you have or something. I don't know what you got. And I'm like, get away from everybody that can see me. So I just let this thing go. And immediately I'm like, oh, this is going to be a lot more than just one little, sometimes you get sick of one little spout. You're like, okay, I feel better.
It wasn't just the vodka.
No. There was some other spirits coming up with this one. So let this go. And James is walking down the sidewalk, and he turns around, and he's just like swaying back and forth, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh," I'm walking up. I'm like, "That was crazy, man. This got sick." And he's like, "What? What'd you do? Did you get sick?" I was like, "Yeah, I just got sick." And you're like, "What?" I'm like, "What? What are you doing?" He's like, "You just got sick." And I'm like, "Yeah, I just got sick, man." "Well, I didn't see that." I'm like, I literally did it right in front of you. Like, I don't know what are you where are you at right now? But he was way too absent.
I was not there.
Whiskey and absinthe was his friend at that point.
Way too many
Try this here. Try
Old
that.
fashions.
Yeah, old fashions.
too many old fashions, too many shots.
But he made it right into the garage, opened the front door, the door right here, and never came back out again. Everything just stayed open.
I didn't say bye to anybody. I
No,
just
that
peaced
was it.
out.
No, I
Just
saw James when I first got here.
Yeah.
But I got here late, like
12:30,
12:30,
yeah.
maybe 1.
Yeah,
I
but
barely remember coming over to your house, Christian.
the vodka was after the moonshine, after the absinthe, after the different types of whiskeys and bourbons that everybody tried.
Oh yeah.
Before the tequila, though. So that's probably good that you let it loose
Oh,
then.
it is. It is definitely good. Yeah, I actually went back to your house and hung out for a little bit, drank my beer, and then I'm looking around the room and I'm like, I've already got this dizziness that's happening. I'm like, everything's starting to like wobble. I'm like, I don't know if I can make it home. Like, I'm like literally, I may be sleeping on his floor here in a minute. I was like, I better go right now, I think. So it was like 1:30 in the morning at this point, I guess, and I bailed. I think you left at the same time, Alex.
I have no idea what time I left. I have no idea what time I got there.
Yeah. You're about an hour.
We just knew you weren't allowed to spend like you were the last year till about 4 a.m. or about what it was.
Yeah.
Leslie told us you weren't allowed to stay that late, so
She was not having it.
No.
You're going home when she's going home.
no,
So-
they had Christmas, I believe, or something
Yeah, we had
like
Christmas
that
the next day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so one of the things I got for Christmas, which I know y'all saw the pictures that I put out there, is I got that rock box, that pizza cooker.
Oh, yeah, I
And
saw that.
let me tell you, man, it's a pizza cooking machine. And it took me 2 days to make the dough. So I made it the night before, and then the next day I did my dough balls and then let that proofed in a proofing container for a few hours in order to get pizza ready. But hands down, the best dough I've ever made in my life. Right? I was able to stretch this dough like I was not able to stretch before. I was able to really stretch this dough out, and I could spin the dough in the air and just let it kind of expand out on its own. Push it with your hands, but it had this. There was so much air in this dough. It was so light that when I was forming it and making the pie there, you could see the air pockets that when I was forming or pushing down, it was pushing the air out of it, and it was just such a hydrated dough. It was so good. So flavor was on point. It was a little spicy because the pepperonis that I used was a different brand of pepperonis I'm not used to, and whatever. But cooks a pizza, 90 seconds.
Really?
Full pizza out, and you put it in, and you can't leave it in there the whole time in 90 seconds. You got to pull it out and spin it a little bit. If not, you'll burn one side of it. But truthfully, the first pizza came out in 90 seconds. The second pizza, I think it was done in like 70 or 60 seconds.
What's that thing running on? You putting like charcoal in there or something? or
So
what?
you've got, I've got two things. I had it hooked to my propane bottles because I wanted just to. I didn't have the wood that would fit in there to do. But you can put real wood, light your real wood, and get that going in there, and just keep feeding it until you get to the temperature you want to get to. And then at that point, you add a couple of sticks, make sure it's stoked, and then you can probably cook 5-6 pizzas. And then go back and add maybe another stick. And the sticks are probably maybe about 1 inch in diameter by 6-7 inches, 8 inches.
Just give it a little smoke flavor.
That's right. And just gives a little whatever. And at certain times, I'm picking the bottom of the pizza's getting done, but you still need a little bit more on the top. So you're picking the pizza up, kind of facing it towards the flame. The flame will travel almost out of the back and it'll travel all the way closer to the front, along the top of the pizza grill. But by far, one of the coolest presents I think I've gotten in a long time. And you can do cast iron cooking in it. You take your cast iron, your pan, and throw steaks in there and grill steaks with a wood fired flavor to it.
Do we need to try our upside down cast iron pizza again on that thing?
We could do it. We could do it. We could do it, but
Yes.
I don't think so. I think because it's going to
burn.
You're cooking in the pan, so the top of it probably would burn before the bottom got done because you wouldn't be able to heat that. The idea would probably heat that pan up a little faster and then do it. But when you're cooking pizzas in 90 seconds, and they're coming out, and it's so the dough was so light that the crust was so good, man. I'm like,
We need to do this. We need to get together, do this, and get some content for our listeners.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm totally down. And not to mention getting everybody. Like I had Lily come down, make her own pizza, and roll her own dough out and toss it and whatever else. Kylie did hers. I made Amy do hers. I made a pizza for Emma, and again the pepperonis were spicy. So that was the one knock that I won't go with those pepper. I'll do a regular pepperoni next time. I made it. My mom called and she was like, "Can you deliver me a pizza?" I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." What do you like? What do you want on it? I had all the veggies and everything else, and it's just a cool experience. If you've never done it from start to finish, I highly recommend getting out there and making your own dough. And it's just something about when you put your hands into it and you create this, and then you cook it, and it is a long process for getting the dough ready. But once it's ready, 90 seconds and you're done on this cooker. I was really impressed.
Is this a secret dough recipe or something we can put out there?
No, we can put this recipe out there. Yeah, it's it's not my full recipe. Like I didn't come up with this recipe completely. I've added some things to it that I think lend to it. But yeah, this is a lot of research that's went into this and trying to get something. So I've taken little bits here and little bits there and then there's this guy on he's kind of like the pizza guy on social media that I kind of really looked at a lot of his stuff and his processes of how he's rolling it and making the dough that I looked at. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I've done this a few times before, and I got the neighborhood kids involved one time and had them come over. I had Maddox come over and make his own pizza at one time, and so. That dough was just okay. Like this made the pizza. This what made the pizza so freaking good, right? Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what do some steaks on it, do other cooking besides just pizzas on this thing. So that's how versatile it is. You can do whatever you want on it. Wood fired. So which is really cool.
It sounds cool.
Nice.
I can't wait to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I'm serious. Should we get into our?
Are we going to go into the 90-second?
90 seconds.
Not 90 seconds. It ain't. It's not 90 seconds. It's a different amount of time, but it is a beer review, and we should get into that.
Let's do this.
All right, I found this one at HEB. This is another one. We've done a couple from 903 Brewers before, I think. And this one is called Dank Hill. And it's a double India Pale Ale, which I know we don't usually like the IPAs, but it had a picture of Hank Hill on it. So
GQ'd out, man, with
Yeah.
these freaking
He's got the
his
money
glasses,
sign necklace and
the chain, the gold chain. This is not like a normal, like it's not like a rope chain. This is like a gold actual chain.
Yeah. This is like
Yeah.
I'm walking down the
Dollar
aisle and I
bills,
saw
yo.
this and I was like,
Yeah. It's got the Strickland hoodie on.
Dank Hill Double Indian Pale Ale, including Citra, Azaka, Amarillo, and El Dorado hops. So that's a lot of different hops in there. 7.3% alcohol by volume. I love the can, even though it's a wrap.
the can's cool.
The Hank Hill on GQ'd out on this thing. James, I'm not gonna lie, he looks a lot like you right here a little bit. We know he's got no beard, but
Right.
he's GQ'd out just like you are most of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
I
You
do
know-
know.
You know what I mean?
I do know
All right.
what you mean. Yeah.
God damn it, Jan.
God damn it, Bobby.
That's my purse.
Say that pairs with Ladybird, Willie Nelson, and Lawn Care, which I'm not sure. That's just a play on words there. I kind of wish they would have told us really what it pairs well with.
Ladybird.
right, James. But when you
Ladybird was his dog.
I know that, but they're just giving a play on words. I rather tell us what you think it pairs well with. What kind of food? What kind of whatever? Right. The smell. Right. You've given this thing a smell yet? What are you getting right there?
Hops.
Yeah, all hops.
I'm not getting hop. I'm getting a lot of grapefruit.
100% hops.
A lot of grapefruit in this beer.
Grapefruit and hops.
Like the very first ingredient should be like water, and then it should be grapefruit.
That's what I got. It's grapefruit.
Love the intro to this thing. It's like, this beer's name is Dank Hill. It sells IPA and IPA accessories.
Right. And I get what they're doing. I get the whole thing, but it's like, okay, great. You have a beer. You got Hank Hill on it. Dank Hill. I see the wordplay there. But give us some real information of what this thing is. Like, just don't give us some, like, I could have wrote this very easily, and it would have been probably just the same or whatever, right? You know what I mean? Like, but give us a little more information on this. That's all I'm asking. Like,
You're saying they're not giving us enough info.
well, they're not. They're just doing a play on words, right? Everything's a word play here, and
It's all
that's
about
the one-
marketing. They're just
yeah,
selling and pushing.
You're not. You're like, we're not idiots, right?
I mean, it
Yeah.
does have Hank Hill on it, and I did buy it.
Right. So yeah, but you didn't read it.
It
to buy
worked.
it.
No, I didn't read it. I just saw Hank Hill.
Hank Hill, great.
I
Do that.
actually did look. I was like, oh, it's an IPA. Frick. I was like, forget. We haven't done an IPA in a while. Let's try
Let's
it.
do one.
Supposedly, it tells you all you need to know in the last sentence. Dank Hill is awfully nice. I'll tell you what.
I tell you what. Yeah. So they give you a little bit of citroness to Zaka hops, Dank Hill, punchy citrus flavor, which you get that in the smell of it. They already spoke about the hops, the spiciness a little bit there. So I guess they do kind of get into it, which I didn't read the whole thing. Maybe I should have read the whole thing before I really got in. Saying they didn't give us enough. I just say it doesn't have to be the whole thing. It can be a wordplay.
Yeah, I'm picking up
That's
a
all I
lot
was
of the
getting at.
El Dorado hops.
Not so much of the
Not so much
Citra.
of the citrus hops that you mentioned
That's
before.
weird, James. So you are definitely getting the citra hop on this one.
What's
Well,
an
I
Eldorado?
smelled
I don't know.
the citrus, but I don't
Yeah.
taste it.
I taste it.
Yeah. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this beer. Let's try this dank ass Hill. Hey, that's good, man. We had Sean Hill on earlier on another podcast, right? And now we've got the Dank Hill. We got a lot of hills happening here,
Yeah.
right?
The hills
Sugar
have
Hill,
eyes.
got Sugar Hill gang coming up.
Right.
So
What the hell?
what the hill? What the Sam Hill?
Christian, what do you think?
I'm not a big fan of IPAs, but that's not that bad. It does taste a little heavier. I definitely couldn't drink this all night. But I don't mind that. Have one, switch to something else. But that's not bad, in my opinion. Definitely get that citrus to it. Definitely hoppy, which hoppy isn't my thing, but it's nowhere near the worst IPA I've ever had.
That's a ringing endorsement.
Yeah, it's like
I love it.
So, what's your score on it?
Being an IPA, it's still not going to get that high of a score for me, but I'd still give this about a 6.4.
nice. That's
That's
a good
pretty
score.
good.
That's a good score.
Yeah, especially for an IPA.
Yeah, I like how
in
you
this
went
crowd.
with the two number, right? What even digit, James? I know that
What
you're
a
going
rookie
to go
score.
with it. It's fine.
Hey,
What a rookie score.
No rookie score
I'm done
here.
with my rookie scores.
This it smells phenomenal. I'm not going to lie to you. Just smelling this beer, you're like, man, this smells great. Like
Yeah.
it just has it has that not AM beer, but it has that just okay. This is a very pleasant, aroma,
smells-
aromatic for this. When you drink it, for me, it invokes a lot. It's a lot on your palate. That's a lot of different things coming at you at one time. You can't do it off of one drink, right? Yeah, obviously, you got to have more than one drink to really score this.
Everybody knows the games. Everybody knows the rules.
It's a lot of citra. This is a lot of like grapefruit really coming at you. It is hoppy, but it's not It's not a horrible hop.
I don't think
to
so
this.
either. It's I was expecting it to be a little stronger, being a 7.3. It doesn't taste super alcohol-y. Is that a word? It doesn't taste super strong.
That's kind of why I gave it the score it is, or that I did. But the more I drink it, though, the more it makes me want to wash it down with something, though, because it's in the back of my throat.
Right.
I'm right there with you. Like,
Yes,
I don't know if I need to
exactly.
add some syrup to this or some sugar rim.
No, none of that. Maybe wash it down with something lighter, with
some
water. Or, it just,
Wash it down with
just
a
makes
Coors
me,
Light, like
makes
some
me a
water.
little thirsty.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good thing, though. But at 7.3, I'd probably just keep drinking them and drinking them, just hoping that goes away.
Right. Well, I'm sure you get about 3 of them, and you were like, well, I'll just drink a whole case of them. It doesn't matter.
No, you're not drinking a case of those. And there are people that like the double IPAs, and like Matt, Matt would actually probably love this beer.
Yeah.
This is probably really at Matt's alley. This is not. I can still. It almost makes you want to like, do that little. Like,
Yeah.
That little cringe a little bit.
I'm
when
right
you're
there
like,
with you.
Oh, okay. I only because, and honestly, if we were doing a bunch of IPAs, I probably would be higher with this beer. But we haven't done an IPA in such a long time like this. Or a double IPA like this. It's going to be a lower score for me. So it's a 5.6 for me. 5.6, and it's my score.
That's not bad. That's middle of the road beer.
It leaves a very sour. I still have a big sour note, that's just on my palate. It's not going away. I had a drink almost 30 seconds ago, so it just needs to clear. And it's not clearing.
Yeah.
Clear.
Yeah.
So that's my score.
I'm gonna flatline this beer here because it's not a good beer. I don't. There's probably a lot of people out there that have a palate that's more experienced than what mine is as far as double IPAs and beers like that. This is just, I'm getting a lot of just like Christmas tree, like I'm just
Like a
just
pine
sucking
cone.
on like a needles from a Christmas tree, just like. I don't know where the hops
Pinecone soup.
comes from. Is that like a root type deal, or is it a fruit that comes off of a tree? Do we know where hops come from? Have we looked at this?
It's like barley, a hops. It's like a grain.
like a
or
grain?
whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's
I have no idea.
whatever it is, it's not pleasurable, and it's not palatable, it's not tasty on my list. I taste it, and every time I drink one of these beers, some of them are a little bit milder than other, but every time I drink one of these, I just have that lingering flavor on the back of my throat and tongue for like a good hour and a half, and I'm just like, you burp, you're like, oh shit, I still taste that beer. Like, I don't like that. That's not a fun time for me. I'm just gonna be like, I'm not lying. The grapefruit, the whatever.
I lied to you, James. It's
What?
not a grain. It's not a grain. It's a flower. You're right. Yeah, it's a flower.
It's a flower.
It's a flower. Flower.
Does it come off like an evergreen type bush?
It's flower of the top of not evergreen. It's top of a hop plant.
Okay.
But the flower.
They start jumping whenever they're ready to be picked.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I
Yeah.
I started thinking about. I was like, it's like a grain. I'm like, I mean, it kind of is. I guess whatever, right? But
It looks like one. But
I feel like these plants are putting off a defense mechanism that it does not want me to drink. So
maybe you're allergic.
I could be allergic. Like I could be like one of those like 1%ers that every time they have the green that you put on
Marijuana.
tacos.
cilantro.
Tastes like soap to me.
Yeah, people. There's like a
I don't
1%
like it.
or 2% of the population where cilantro tastes like soap.
Yeah.
I
This
don't
is one
like.
of them.
I don't like cilantro.
It's good for
horrible.
you. It's a natural antibiotic.
Well,
So
I'll take mine in pill form.
okay.
Yeah.
What's your score? What
We'll
was
straight
your
up
score?
there and go in there with a 1.
Oh, come
I'm just
on.
kidding. But I'm going to give it probably a 5 1/4.
That's higher than I would expect.
5.25.
You talked it down. I was
5
expecting like a 3.
5 1/4.
Are
Okay.
We, are we doing that now?
5.2. Is that what we're saying?
So we-
5.25?
You went from solid
Five-
scores to
5.25?
now adding more decimal points.
Correct.
We're not doing it good enough now. It's got
Oh
to
my
be
God!
three
You
digits.
went to another digit.
It's a digit. Hey, 5 1/4.
It's a 7.6912 niner
You went
and a half.
12 niner. This is it's not a walkie-talkie.
I kid.
No,
I
you
give-
gave your score, James. You're done.
I give it a pie score.
You're done, James. I don't. If you try to change this,
Is 5.1125.
Yeah,
Now
you're
you changed
you're
the
5.25.
I don't know if
seven
I can put all that in the
place
spreadsheet. I
values
may
over.
round up or down on
Right.
that.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, you definitely have to go up to the next one. So 5.3.
5.3.
Which, the way you
repeating.
talked about it, I was expecting like a 3.1
I know.
or something. Yeah.
He wanted to give one, but we gave him a hard time.
Is that what happened?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay. Because I know you didn't like it. And,
No, you
and
didn't like it
for
at
me,
all.
a 5 is,
it's middle of the road.
that means it's okay.
It's middle of the road.
Yeah.
Well, it probably is okay
Well,
for a
it-
lot of people that like that.
For
kind
me,
of beer.
it will not be finished.
I finished mine already. I'm going to go ahead and score it. I liked this apparently more than the rest of you, except for maybe Christian. I thought it was pretty okay, especially for an IPA. I'm not going to try to grade on a curve because it's an IPA, but I enjoyed the grapefruit part, and I didn't think it was super over the top hoppy.
soapy in your mouth.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's gone. It's
It
good.
tastes like cilantro in my mouth.
I like cilantro.
too.
I'm going to give it like a 6.8.
That's a high score, John.
It's pretty good. Am I going to buy it again? Probably not. But it's all right. It's pretty good.
Plus, I'm not gonna lie, you got gypped, dude. 2 of those cans were.
A little shasty,
You can't open them. Can't drink them.
I mean, I could open them.
Somebody's already poked a hole and
They're like
infected it with
they're
like
squishy, right?
Omicron or something.
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers. So
Alex, you want to jump in here on this thing?
All right. Well, I like IPAs. This one is not one of my favorites.
okay.
When I drink an IPA, I like an IPA with like a steak or like a really rich piece of meat.
Okay.
That's when I enjoy an IPA. I feel like they complement each other. This one, it's okay. The smell didn't add up to the taste. Like it smelled better than
It
it
smelled phenomenal, right?
than it tasted.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I got that.
would I drink another one? Probably.
Yeah.
Would I buy them? Probably not. I'm going 5.7.
5.7.
It's a 5.7.
5.7. That's a middle of the score, middle of the road, middle of the pack beer. 903. You heard it here. You have a Dank, middle of the pack, a little bit above middle of the road beer for us.
And I want to like 903 because I'm assuming that's their area code, and that's the area code that I grew up in.
Nice.
So this is brewed and canned in Sherman, Texas.
I have no idea where that's at.
Sherman?
No.
Like 90210.
903brewers.com. So I don't know where Sherman is either.
I-
I think I've been to Sherman.
I literally have 903 tattooed on me.
Do you?
Yeah.
What? It's probably, maybe it's a town you grew up in. I don't even know the name of it.
Could be.
You ever thought about that?
Well, I think it's his own town that he grew up in. He got his own.
I grew up in Marshall, Texas.
There it is.
And this concludes the grabbing the brisket.
Beer review.
So Sherman is just north of Dallas. It's like by Denison. It's probably about 30 minutes, 40 minutes from Plano.
Right. The Shermanator.
Yeah. Yeah.
What movie?
That would be American Pie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classic.
Very, very much classic.
Stifler's mom.
Okay.
MILF.
Oh, man. So, yeah, man. So, listen, I cannot wait. I know there's something that it's coming up, and one of the things that we have not done a lot of. I know last year we did, not last year, I'm sorry, before COVID hit, we did we actually did the trek out to the Houston Rodeo and did our remote there, and I thought that was one of our best episodes we ever put together, to be honest with you.
That was our first real interview episode we did.
It was, yeah. And we had Dennis Butterworth on there with what team is that? That's the
War Pig.
War Pig, and they've had a lot of success. Really, because they came on the show. To be honest with you, I think that's really what propelled them. And that's what we're about. We're about propelling other people's
lift others up.
Yeah, that's right. And we're like an upside down
on our shoulders.
Think about an upside down pyramid, right? Like we are the very bottom of that pyramid, and we're going to elevate you, right?
Bottom.
We've had Mo Kason on. I mean, when he came on, he's been on different TV shows. I don't know. Coincidence?
Are you saying we made Moke-san?
I don't know. I'm not saying. I'm just saying he was on our show. He's had a lot of his success. 1 and 1 is 2. There you go.
Obviously joking here, folks.
So yeah, we've had Jess Prowse on. We gave her so much knowledge on this show that she went back to college. And she's rushing up for the next time she comes back on the show. These are things that we do. We're dropping bombs right here. Barbecue bombs, knowledge bombs. And I cannot wait to get out to some of these barbecue restaurants and, let them get in the top 50.
I kind of feel like they graced us with their presence.
That's true, too.
Sure. I mean, you can look at it that way if you want. But, hey, a glass is half full, glass is half empty. I'm a half full kind of guy.
We do have a competition coming up here, though.
We do have a competition coming up.
A big one. Austin Rodeo?
We are. We're partnering with Austin Smokeworks out there for this competition. And we don't know the dynamics yet. Do we know the dynamics?
We don't at all.
But you know what? We don't care. We're here to elevate, right?
Lift them up.
Lift them up. If we're gonna, we're gonna let them sell 1 million pits this year. Book 1 million pits. Great. They were on grabbing their brisket. This is what's happening. We're doing this for you guys. And they make badass pits. And also, John did happen to buy the creme de la creme of the barbecue pits with them. The double.
Very creamy.
Yeah, the double smoker. The 250
It's like
gallon.
in the back of the throat.
Got it for free according to TikTok.
Yeah.
I did?
Yeah. Well,
that what it said?
they should give you a refund for as much as we promoted them. Maybe we get a backyard model discounted one day. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
Those guys are awesome. They build badass freaking pits. And if you ever want to look at one of these pits, message John. Weekend, day, night. He doesn't care. He'll get up. He'll go back to the place, take some pictures of it if you want different angles.
Oh, I'll drive it to your house. I don't care if you live in Ontario, Canada.
Doesn't matter.
I'll be there.
Right. As long as we can stay with you. And listen, well, once you invite John, you're inviting the whole team. And listen, we like to drink. So get a bonfire going and get us out there.
You need a big fire if it's in Canada.
Big fire. It's cold.
Canadian.
We'll bring
beers
the beer.
for the 90s.
90 seconds.
Yeah, 90
The
second
Bot
beer
Blue?
review.
Yeah.
And have
Anywho.
some of the Canadian beers on
I
there.
don't know where we were going with all that, but I
Right.
like it.
Hey, that's very, very thoughtful and very lovely insight there, Jan. I really do appreciate
Thank you,
that.
guys. I got more next week.
Yeah.
This is going to be Jan's take.
Yeah. It's a
Jamming
new
with
segment.
Jan.
Jan's Power Hour.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's me.
But slide over to grabandthebrisket.com. Check out all the different outlets that we have as far as the YouTube and the different social media outlets that we have, the recipes. Alex has his hand raised. What's up, bud?
Well, no, I thought you were signing us out.
No, yeah. No, I was getting there. Yeah.
Well, I had a dad joke.
Oh,
Please share.
but
Please, let's
There it is.
end with the dad joke.
All right. Why does Waldo wear stripes?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because he doesn't want to be spotted.
There it is.
There it is.
Do you guys get it?
I did.
Yeah,
You guys all get it? That's good.
I don't know. Yeah, I love. You know what I love about the jokes, guys, is that John always asks, "Did you guys get it?
Do you get it?
Did you get it?" And he does that little.
It's funny.
I think
It
he's
is
actually
great.
curious. If,
Yeah, he wants to know. He's like, "Can you explain it to me?"
Because I don't get it.
if you're laughing on the inside, you're not laughing on the outside.
That's right. Oh man, I
Hey.
loved it.
I certainly did enjoy talking barbecue with you guys.
Peace.
Yes. Thanks a lot, guys.
Smoke on.
Bye.
Bye.
Dang it, Bobby. Just grab the brisket. We'd like to give a special thanks to Sucklebusters Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, Bolner's Fiesta Spices, CoolieNation Custom Koozies, Cambro Manufacturing, Yeti Coolers, the Smoke Sheep Barbecue Newsletter, and Dalstrong Knives. We definitely appreciate your support.